there, everyone! Welcome back to the Fireside stream. I am your host, Remy McNeil, and joining me, as always, is the immortal Mollie Rhymemaster. Mollie, how are you doing today?
I read stuff about the new Ruby book, and it makes me want to commit toaster bathtub. Not in Minecraft.
Oh my god, don't even... We can get on that in just a bit, because...
I am so excited for when we read that.
I am terrified for when we read that. Also, everyone let me know how the sound is, because I have the windows open, so you're probably hearing a little bit of background noise right now, but it's a lovely day out, and I don't want to miss it up. Okay, I'm gonna change up our formatting a little bit here. Where is the wood bracket? Okay. Properties.
Frog in chat, by the way. Everybody can put their frogs.
Oh, did it make its own? Interesting. Okay, so that's how that works.
Its own what? I don't know how Streamlabs works. Anybody who's watched me do a solo stream knows I have no idea what I'm doing with Streamlabs.
I changed the art for our thing, and instead of just changing it automatically, it made a dummy copy in its own file folder, which I thought was very interesting. There we go. This should update now. There we go. Yay. Now we have...
What about... They're asking about the Ruby book. I mean, it's spoilers, and it's a rumor, so we don't really know.
It's a rumored spoiler.
Rumor spoilers.
A spoiled rumor.
It's ugly. It is an uggo spoiler, though. But if anybody wants to hear, the rumors are that Neo has, like, a split personality and then killed her parents because of her split personality.
Yeah, that's the first rumor. Yeah. Well, actually, no, that one I think we know because we actually had the preview to the book that kind of indicate that she has a split personality. So that might lean itself to truth. It's the
other... mentally ill people murder people. Yay!
It's the other one that centers around Torchwick that
the one where he
no. Careful with your language. It's YouTube.
The one where he allegedly flirted with another adult, allegedly, but it was bad coded. Source, dude, trust me.
Well, no, I thought it was that he flirted with the Malachites when they were like 13.
He what?
Yeah, that's what I heard. When he was 22 and they were 13. Yeah, I know. When I read that, I was like, please tell me this is a lie.
Are they just going to go back and retroactively ruin every character they've ever had that was written somewhat competently?
It's impressive how they managed to do that to a character that's been dead for 5 years.
They did it. Okay, Weiss they've ruined. She used to be the best character in the show. She's nothing now. Ironwood they ruined. And after Weiss, he was the best character in the show, and then they made him into Turbo Hitler. And then Roman they're going to ruin now. Neo they will ruin because literally the moment you touch Neo, it's bad. Like, the character's charm comes a bit from mystery, so once you, like, dig too much into the mystery, she's going to lose her charm.
Jay in the Huntsman has a very... I mean, he's very big on the phrase, don't show the monster. Never show the monster. You always leave it to the mind. You don't. And while I'm not 100% behind that, I do think you need to show a little bit of the monster. The monster needs to have a presence. And I do think that some monsters can be explored in depth, and it becomes very interesting. I think in this case, the less you explain of Neo, the better. I just finished...
everybody kind of was okay with oh, she was found by Roman. Stop there. You do not need to go further back than that. Just say she was mysteriously found by Roman or something.
Also, their age gap is way larger than I suppose.
What is it?
Apparently, it's 10 years.
Wow.
She's 18, or she was 18 at the time of the fall, and he was 28. Which,
okay.
I mean, it's not as far. I always thought it was more of like a 6 or 7 year gap at most. maybe like, and then maybe like let's say a 4 or 5 at least. So it was like 4, 5, 6, or 7, like somewhere in that range. But that hit such a far end of the spectrum.
Although there's one good thing about this, which is that Neo confirmed to have been like 17, 18 years old during the first few seasons. Assuming that Mercury and Emerald were also unlike in their 20s, that means that she is just the baby of her group.
Actually, we don't know what year Emerald and Mercury were considered to be.
I think they like disguised themselves as like second or third years or something.
Roman always looked older to me. I mean, that's just because the man knew how to dress. The man knew how to dress with a commanding presence. That makes you look older. Neo just.
They also ruined Winter. They also ruined Winter, and I'm not gonna go into my usual thing about Winter, and I know everyone's gonna tease me about it, so I'm just gonna skip that. Winter originally was very well set up to do literally anything interesting. Like, every route they could have taken with Winter would have been good, and they somehow took none of them.
It is again, this is why I always said that Ruby should be like put in the hall, like in the AVI, the American Video Institute, or whatever. AFI, the American Film Institute. It should be put in there as like just a tour de force of bad writing. Like, it is impressive how they managed to have all these amazing ideas at their fingertips and then do almost none of them. Like, the one that I can think of off the top of my head is what they did with Penny and her body. Like, that was, like, the way they got her a human body, I thought was actually really clever by the rules they set up. But everything around that was terrible. So it's like... Okay.
Winter, I remember Volume 3, it's like, oh, wow, Weiss has a sister that she actually really likes that's in the Elysian military. I can't wait for that conflict to do something, and then it never did anything. There was never a point where Weiss and Winter had some sort of, like, serious personal conflict. Like Winter just switches sides randomly in Volume 8, and they never talk about it, so...
Yeah.
The only point in Volume 8 I remember Winter and Weiss talking was when Weiss fell off the side and Winter screaming for her. I could be wrong, but that's all I remember.
You know what is impressive is that they managed to imply relationships a lot. They do it a lot, and people just accept it. Like, I have to give them kudos. There are so many people that just, like, oh yeah, no, she totally cares for Weiss on a deep personal level. It's like, we know that from Volume 3, but we haven't seen anything of that in the last, like, 5 volumes, in effect. It feels like we're kind of empty on that.
It reminds me, to segue into Pokemon, it reminds me of Pokemon Sword and Shield, where people were like, everybody seemed to agree that Hop had some sort of, like, superiority, like, inferiority complex with his older brother. That's never actually said in the games. Everyone just kind of agreed on it.
I don't know. I feel like that one, that's a little bit different. Because, like, having watched it, I was like, this guy is trying really friggin' hard. Like, and I kind of like that it's not explicitly stated, but, like, from just how this guy just kept emotionally getting beaten down by you, it's like, the poor guy just wants to live in his brother's shadow. Like, he's living in his brother's shadow. It's like, it's not spelled out. It's very gentle, and we all kind of accept it because I think, like, the writing was there to support it. There's plenty of points you can kind of pick out and be like, yeah, that makes sense for someone who's living in the shadow. It's more
That's
of
fair. I'll always say that the worst part of the greatest failing of the rivals in Sword and Shield is that their goals are better than yours, and you have to still stop them.
Marnie wants to revive a town.
Marnie wants to stop this, like, post-industrial shithole city from falling further into poverty. Hop is just trying to not live in his brother's shadow, or trying to deal with living in his brother's shadow. I forget what Bede's deal is, but the first two, it's like...
Oh, Bede's just an asshole. Literally.
He's just a bastard. The other two, though, are like, I don't want to beat them. They seem like they have really noble goals. And
yeah, it's like I mean, that's kind of the downside of how Pokemon is structured. You don't really get to define what your goals are, I guess. Like, you could make your own backstory, I suppose. My father died when I was 7, and I'm following his footsteps. It's like, yeah, but, like, none of that's supported in-game.
Yeah, what's that, like, message one of my friends sent me once? It was really stupid, hold on.
The only thing that's supported by the community is that Gloria is Scottish, and yet the actual canon is that she's, like, Southern English, which is, that's accurate.
No, she's far North English. She's Cumbrian.
North? She's Cumbrian. Yeah. Okay. Actually, that doesn't line up then. Yeah, that's weird.
You could say, I guess you could flip it even more and say she's Geordies, but I don't think anybody wants that. The message my friend sent me. Excuse me, not to be disrespectful or rude, but could you please take that post down? That is my sister who was killed when she was looking for a Pokemon, and this post is very disrespectful. IDK who you are, or even if you know her, but I need you to take this down, please.
Oh, wait, what was this?
It was some like copy pasta my friend sent me.
Oh. Huh. That's a dark copy pasta. People have died looking for Pokemon. Does anyone remember the rash of people falling off cliffs during the during early Pokemon Go? Also, I don't know if you noticed. Have you seen the changes I made to the format?
Yeah, I did. They're nice. I like WAP. I like WAP in the corner.
Warm ass Petra.
Warm ass Petra.
But now that we're on Pokemon as a topic, hello everyone, welcome back to the CW's Pokemon Sun and Moon. In our last writing session, we penned Season 1's outline, which really was just more of us talking and just kind of shooting the shit with you guys, because that's fun. It's fun to do that.
It is fun, and that's what I'm here for. I'm tired. Literally, next stream, I am literally going to be in a different state, in a different part of the country. So, bear with me. Oh, but I did get good internet. I actually got, like, super fast internet. It's like 100 megabytes of download speed. I'm never going to have problems again.
As someone who has that, let me tell you, they say up to 100.
No, meg. It's on my phone. It can actually tell me.
Well, no, but what I mean, it's like there will be times where it just drops. It happens. It's a pain in the ass.
Someone asked what this is. We should explain. So, we're doing a joke rewrite of Pokemon Sun and Moon, the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime, to be like a CW show, so everything is hyper dramatic and serious.
Well, it's not a rewrite. It's more so of a sequel, quote unquote. Like
it is a sequel. It is a parody. This is all in fun there.
It's all having us fun with it.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me see.
I was really sad. I was looking for adult. As in grown up versions of Lily and Celine to put on the whatchamacallit, but I couldn't find one that was appropriately CW enough. They were all too fucking cute. I was just like, no, I can't do that to them. No, this is good art.
It says the latest speed of my internet in Alabama was 1,020 megabytes per second.
So... Holy shit!
I'm getting that for $30 a month.
That's gonna go well. Actually, I don't know. I Jesus Christ, I might have to move to Alabama. What's up, anime guy? So let's see. What do we got in the comments? There was never a point when someone would fix that for. How far are we into the CW mon anyway? Okay, but yes. The first session of this, we went to write the characters, where we just bullet pointed their big things. And remember, we are CW writers. We're not fleshing these people out. We're giving them character traits.
We're giving them character identity traits. There's a difference.
Well, that too. And then we actually penned Season 1's outline, which we can go over it here, so we all know we're all kind of caught up. In the beginning, the Aether Foundation has become overrun rehabilitating Pokemon that are going endangered. We can make a children in cages allegory with it, depending how
Yes.
late into CW's existence we are. Because, like, if we're doing it modern CW, yeah, we're definitely going for that immediately. If we're talking, like, Arrow Season 1, Flash Season 1 era, we kind of want to probably hold off on that for a little while. But so, Lily is struggling with the ethical implications of keeping Pokemon in cages for their own safety. Sophocles is trying to hack the Aether Foundation to sabotage the program, and he's very against Faba being released from prison, while Lily is stuck in the middle of whether or not to have him released. Where are the Pokemon? Where are the Pokemon is a central question that are being asked, because there's Pokemon that have been disappearing around the islands, and we know now because of like global warming, climate change stuff, that the Pokemon have receded.
We gotta stay relevant.
Yeah, we gotta stay relevant. That's one that even early CW probably wouldn't have shied away from.
Make a Pokemon become the first trans Pokemon. Weirdly enough, a thing. I think it's Azumarill. Like, Meryl is... It's like Azurill or Meryl is 50-50 male-female, but then when it evolves, it's 75-25 female-male. So there's like a 25% chance that it will switch genders upon evolving, which is weird.
I mean, that's not too weird when you consider, like, amphibians in our world, the frogs that switch genders.
This is true.
And not to mention, there's plenty of Pokemon that don't have a gender. They're NB.
It's the other way around. It's Azurill is 75% female, and then Meryl is 50-50. So you can make that argument.
Yeah.
But I don't want this to be like one of those insufferable D&D campaigns where they start putting like real world identity politics into it.
Trying to reposition myself here a little bit. My camera. There we go. Maybe raise it up a little bit. Ah, there we go. That's comfortable. All right.
I hate how much esoteric Pokemon knowledge I have.
But yes, so many Pokemon are now protected. Meanwhile, there is a Kiawe Mallow plot. Kiawe works for Lily because Mallow's restaurant is failing to make ends meet, and he wants Faba out because it'd be best financially for the company. Mallow, however, is against Faba's release for personal reasons, but sees how stressed Lily is and eventually sides with Kiawe and Faba. There's the Lana plot, where she's trying to track down Sophocles while being exposed as a crooked cop by taking bribes and abusing suspects, all forged by Sophocles. In the middle, which is the lowest point for them. Oh, thank you, ZakuBoy01, for the subscription. Aether, the Aether storyline has a rehabilitation program Lily designed that begins to go horribly wrong, and Pokemon begin to get horribly sick, creating a massive PR scandal that Lily is overstressed navigating.
Oh, look how complex this is getting.
Yeah. Kiawe steps up to help her navigate it, and Lily begins seriously considering getting Faba out of jail to work for them. Meanwhile, with the Kiawe and Mallow plot, Mallow admits that she's still in love with Lily, and has been this whole time, and Kiawe leaves the house so they can have some time apart. Kiawe begins to spite Lily, but tries not to let it get in the way. Lily and Celine. Celine arrives from out of town, failing to become a gym leader over in, it was Unova, right?
Yeah.
And has come back, aimless to lick her wounds. She meets Lily and they strike off a friendmance and from the get-go. They share coffee together.
It's one of those things that Raymond never shuts up about.
Only
when he's like, no, you don't understand the chemistry between Diana and Akko and the Little Witch Academia. Then I watched Little Witch Academia, and it's like, what?
Wait, did you watch it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Where's Gladion in all this? He's there. We'll get there.
Oh, he's season 2 stuff, I think.
Yeah.
We're going to touch on that later.
He should be the protagonist of season 2. He like not the protagonist, but he should be like a central figure.
No, you see, what happens is, like, slowly over time, the main character stops being the main character of a CW show. So, for example, the Flash stopped being the main character of the Flash in about season 3.
I see.
And I think Oliver eventually. I think season 5 was where he starts to. Well, no, because season 5 was all about Oliver. I think that's the only CW show where he is the main character all the way through.
I just watch anime, so I have no idea what CW is doing. The only show I'm watching right now is Amphibia, because that show's based.
And Red Pilled.
And Red Pilled.
Okay, so let's see.
I love talking to people about Amphibia, because it's just you're laughing. Someone was killed by a newt during the Toad Rebellion, and you're laughing.
Was that an actual thing that happened?
I will not confirm nor deny.
Lana, so with Lana, Sophocles manipulates footage of her trying to apprehend Kahili, who he himself red herringed. Kahili violently resists, but the footage only shows Lana being violent back. And thus we get, like, the political, law enforcement angle. And then finally the conclusion of the storylines for this season. Faba gets out of jail for the Aether plot. And knows how to expand the facilities and manage the Pokemon influx, begins rehabilitating parts of the island to make them suitable for Pokemon again. Lana arrests Sophocles. Everyone thinks he shouldn't be because he really meant well this whole time. But Celine is hardcore angry at him and thinks people are stupid because he almost killed people. Remember, this is before the characters get assassinated. Like this is the thing. In season 1, aside from Batwoman, season 1 of CW shows are usually okay-ish. So there's some plot lines here that are a little but they'll work out.
Hold on. Lightning asked, I just showed up to the stream. Has there been a Pokemon allegory to that time a company couldn't make a pipeline because of one endangered fish Pokemon, or are we still in the I'm a woman CW phase? I think we're in between those two.
Yeah, we're still in the I'm a woman phase, definitely. Batwoman's still going, although I don't think for very long. They've already fun fact, in every CW show there is the powerhouse character that it typically has. In Arrow it was Detective Lance. In Flash it was Joe. In Batwoman it's the thing is, in Batwoman, it was, what's his, Kane? Not detective, but, like, he heads, like, the police force. But he's a really good character. He's actually, like, really well acted, and he's, like, the only person that's been right 100% of the time. And, Jacob Kane, that's his name. And he's already left the show. He's already confirmed that he's leaving the show. So it's like, oh, well, okay, this show's dead. I tried CW, but it was cringe, and Arrow pisses me off because it's got nothing to do with the actual comic. Yeah, the Arrow is a blatant, we're doing Batman Begins, but we're doing it with the Arrow property, because we don't have a Batman property yet. Sophocles puts himself as being gay and immediately releases from prison. Possibly.
That would happen in a CW show.
So, Kyo and Mallow, they stay together, but it's clearly unhealthy, but the show portrays it positively. Celine and Lily get together. It's not immediately unhealthy at the start. Still portrayed as good. The Lana plot. Lana catches Sophocles. His manipulation of the footage to make Lana look bad is exposed, exonerating her. She's allowed to return to the Force. Lana is going to be our anchor character. She's going to be the strong one. She's going to be the one that, like, we're going to do the best good things with.
Lana's like that old Shaggy meme, but for Pokemon. It's like, in the show, it's just like she's only using 1/10 of her power, and
they made that canon.
She's unstoppable.
Apparently the WB made that canon. It's not even a meme anymore. Like,
amazing.
Like there was this WB logo thing where I don't know why they had the animation of Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, but like they had him hop out of the WB logo and start doing like karate moves on screen, and then the WB logo opens again. There's just like Ultra Instinct Shaggy in there, glowing eyes and hair and everything. He reaches out, grabs him with his hand, and just drags Scorpion back into the logo before closing the door. It's surreal. I don't know if that... I hope that was canon. That'd be amazing.
But yeah, so I think Lana is powerful enough to even not... I think she would resist, like, the CW making her bad. Like, she's just too good.
Well, no, but here's the thing. Like, that's what happens with it. If that's the case, they will shit on her. So, like,
No.
That's what happens, is she will still be a good character, but everyone will still treat her like shit.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Free my girl Lana.
Yeah, don't worry. She can leave in, like, season 3.
Okay. She dies in season 3. She gets shot and killed in a drive-by or something. I don't know.
So now you gotta think of a plot for season 2. There's Lana infiltrating a group of underground charge bug racers that are suspected in a series of truck heists.
Underground charge bug racing. I forgot about that.
What does a charge bug look like? It's been a while. It's a charge.
It's like a little rectangle.
Bug.
And they put it in RC cars, and it's like a battery, so it just makes them go. It's so cute. That's what I like about the Sun and Moon
so
anime.
Adorable.
That's what I love about the Sun and Moon animes. They thought of like so many different things that they could have done with Pokemon besides just battling and contests.
Oh, it's so cute.
I love Charge-a-Bug with my whole heart.
God, I wish. Oh, God, I actually got through the first section of Pro Jared's stream of that. Did you watch the clip I sent you? 'Cause I sent you a
Yes,
little...
he just put a snom on his shoulder.
Everyone shut up, this is important. But yeah, no, like...
What's up, my critters? Not much. What's up with you, Janice?
Yeah. Oh. Doing Scooby-Doo memes are canon. Get over here, Scoob!
Charge-a-Bug is Pug and the Pokemon anime is based. Couldn't have said it better myself. Alright, what's next?
What's the plot of season 2?
Didn't we say Zinnia would be there?
Did we have that as the I thought
that was the season 1 stinger, was that Zinnia would be there.
That might be the season 2 stinger. I think because I think
Free my girl.
The season 1 stinger was going to be Lucimine, I thought.
Ah.
She wakes up season 2 and Big Bad in season 3. Okay. So it is the Zinnia stinger then. Where's Zinnia? Zinnia hasn't
been in any been relevant in since Oras in 2016, 2015, whenever it was.
Where the fuck did I put
Before
Zinnia?
that, it was 2014. But in Masters, they gave her the works. They were like, this is a character we like. And then one of the previous anime lead animators made a thing of her. I think people just really like her. I like her a lot. So works for me.
I completely
They just released a new Pokemon card of her. She hasn't been in a main series game in 6 years. Did we get resolution on Nurse Joy's underground abortion clinic? No, that'll be a loose thread.
That's a later plot thread. That might be a season 3 thread.
Check out my power level, little man.
Okay, maybe we should...
I hate Zinnia almost as much as I hate Lily. What is it, Lily? What did Zinnia do to you besides several petty crimes and felonies?
Also, what did Lily do to you?
I don't blame them, because Lily, if you actually play through Sun and Moon, is incredibly irritating because she will force you into 5-minute long cutscenes at several points during the game. It's kind of like how Hop isn't a bad character; you just get an oversaturation of him.
Yeah, that's a bad habit of the CW. It feels like they just don't know how to.
You mean of Game Freak?
Sorry, brain hurty. Yeah, no, Game Freak has a bad habit of that kind of thing.
Zinnia is a character I see as the people who made her like her with all their heart, and that love is slapped to the ground by an entire community. I love her. I always have.
So
we need more characters like that in Pokemon who just don't belong in Pokemon. Like, I think that's why N also worked. Is because he just kind of challenges his surroundings.
I feel like I'm missing things in here. Let's see, Faba, private global stage. Doing so could increase a division among the region. Regarding whether Faba should be freed because he did commit a lot of crimes.
In Pokemon Special, she's treated harshly there. She's not. I wouldn't say I've read it. I wouldn't say she's treated bad. I'd say she kind of has her logical conclusion. The manga actually does a better job of kind of explaining like her motive and why she acts the way she does.
Okay, so Faba's been released, and he's doing test things. So let's get this format up and running. Okay, so what's the stinger of last season? Like, how Zinnia shows up. Zinnia
for reasons
up.
She's finally been released from prison
with Ash, and was someone else that also shows up?
She wouldn't show up with Ash. I feel like if something was happening, there was going to be an Ultra Beast plot, and that's what it was. I don't think Ash shows up.
We had him listed as showing up with Zinnia as a Loku's back tease.
Well, okay. What needs to happen is, because Zinnia actually knows about like the portals and alternate dimension shit, she needs to be involved with the Ultra Beasts.
Okay, well, I know nothing about the Ultra Beasts. Explain them to me.
Ultra Beasts are they're like Pokemon from alternate dimensions, and there was wormholes that opened up, and they got there to Alola and are terrorizing things. I forget exactly how they got to Alola. I'll have to look that up. Or why they're there.
See, don't read Pokemon Special Adventure then. She seems to be treated harshly.
Yeah, I read that.
Yeah, I love Lily cutscenes. Hope you get to know the characters, but they should have added a skip cutscene button for replay value. That was a lesson that even Kingdom Hearts fucking learned.
If this takes place Gen 7, then would she be older due to the time difference? I mean, this takes place after Gen 7. What was the time skip we said? 10 years?
10 years.
Zinnia would be in her 30s. That'd be weird.
How old is Zinnia originally?
It doesn't say, but this is a very small detail of the manga. She has a flashback from 9 years earlier where she looks about the same, so she's probably in her mid to late 20s.
Also, I just realized it, but this girl is just Yuffie. But angsty.
No. Yuffie is less of a bastard.
Well, that's why I said less she's Yuffie, but angsty.
You haven't seen how she speaks. Everything out of her mouth is just fucking with you. Yuffie at least is kind of to the point and honest. She's just young and obnoxious. I think it's different.
Let's see, Lana plot. We've got the Lily plot.
The Ultra Recon Squad. Oh yeah, I don't know if I want to include them because I assume that they're elsewhere.
Okay, so we have the Lily plot involving Zinnia, no doubt, because that's main draw. We have a Lana plot involving the charge bugs.
Charge bugs.
We have.
I'm picturing how drugs. Some drugs are put in bricks. They're packed down into bricks. It's stacks like that, but with charge bugs.
That sounds adorable.
You open up a suitcase that's just filled with them.
What is charge bug? Does it evolve into something?
Yeah, Vikavolt.
Oh, dude, that thing's freaking metal. I forgot this design. I love that thing.
Yeah, it's awesome. Too bad it has 50 speed.
What really sucks is I tried watching the Pro Jared thing, and the recordings stop at episode 2 of his Moon playthrough. And I can't find anything after that point, which sucks because there's a lot of good bug types that keep cropping up in that, and he adores bugs. And every single time he sees a new bug, was it Cutie Fly? Was Cutie Fly introduced in that?
Cutie Fly, yeah.
He was over the moon. It was one of the super adorable to watch him just gush over it. And he got pissed when he couldn't catch one.
Okay, so, like, the Ultra Beasts would appear every now and then, like, just because, I guess. And the Aether Foundation created, like, they created Type Null to defeat Ultra Beasts. Well, it was called Type Full originally, and then that was a failure, and they froze it and made it Type Null. And Interpol has also been on the trail here. This is canon, by the way, what I'm saying. 10 years prior to the events of Sun and Moon, a 3-person team composed of Looker, Nanu, and an unnamed Faller came to Alola to track down and destroy a Guzzlord. In the process, the Faller was killed.
That's bizarre.
It's so bizarre. And the best part is then what happens is soon afterwards, there was a interdimensional rift or something, and they find Annabelle washed up on shore. And they're just like, hey, you have a lot of ultra energy around you, which makes Ultra Beasts, like, drawn to you. So we have a job for you. The last person quit. Would you like it? They resigned.
Since Vaporeons are apparently made of water, does that mean people can smuggle them in barrels? Yes.
Oh.
I mean, like, they're a fox, so they're part cat, and if they're part cat, they're at least liquid in some form. They can fit in anything. I learned that they can do that because they have no collarbones.
Yeah.
It's interesting to me. All right, so we have the Lily plot involving Faba, Zinnia, and Celine to write, obviously. Do we want to roll Kiawe and Mallow into that, or do we want to keep them their own subplot?
Give them their own thing, because Lana's plot and Lily's plot are going to coalesce because Interpol tracks down Ultra Beasts as well. Lily basically has to, like... Lily's going to have to... what's the word? Like, reorganize... Rally. Like, she's gonna have to rally the Aether Foundation to stop Ultra Beasts because they're the ones that know the best. They're the ones that know the best, like, how to deal with them. But, you know, Lily doesn't want to do anything because she's scared, and Lily.
Well, like, before we even get into, like, the fine details, I just want to, like, we gotta... correcting all my spelling and just
That's what I'm here for.
So we have the Lily plot, the Lana plot, the Kiawe Mallow plot. Oh, we need a Gladion plot, don't we? Which will be separate. That's like a smaller subplot that'll be thrown in there at the last minute. We can throw Guzma into the Chargebug plot.
We could. He's running the underground Chargebug racing ring. I love Chargebug because he goes, Jimmy.
Nanu, Faba, Lucimine, Gladion. It started in OnlyFans to cover missing funds. Wow, that became untopical fast. That I've never had an idea that has spoiled so quickly, but you know what? Fair's fair. Moylan.
CW Pokemon. Well. You should, like, put what we're doing in the description. Like, what this is in the description. So we don't have to explain it every time somebody new comes to the stream. What we're doing is a parody. We're, like, CWifying Pokemon Sun and Moon. That's it. We're just having fun.
Let's see.
Also, the Annabelle that appears in Subo is canonically her OG Gen 3rd Gen counterpart, not the ORS one. I know, it's so weird. I like how, due to how they redesigned some of the characters in in ORAS, it's like, in the alternate dimension, Archie is black. Not in the original.
Okay, there we go. That's all updated. I've decided to swap the CW Sun and Moon to the front of the title, because I think for the algorithm that'll probably take priority and hopefully get more people in here. But yes, so do we want to include a Moylain somehow?
We can leave him aside for now. He can, like, have a few scenes, but I don't think he'll be major.
What does Moylain look like?
I don't think people are clamoring for him. I mean, I barely remembered he existed when I was originally doing this.
Molain?
Mullane.
It's Moylain, apparently. Not Moylain, however I was spelling it. Yeah. So there's Ash. I don't know if we really need Ash.
They got rid of Redhead Shelly, but I'm fine with that. Yeah, me too.
Redhead Shelly? Who's what?
In the original Ruby Sapphire Emerald, there was a character named Shelly who was a redhead, and in ORAS for some reason, a lot of Team Aqua is dark skinned or black, and that includes her. So that's another redhead to black swap. But she looks really good, so I don't care.
But she also looked good in her original sprite too.
She looked better. She looks better now. I'm sorry.
She has poofy curly red hair. I feel personally insulted now. But no, yeah, she does actually look really good. I'm not saying the other new design's bad. I'm just saying, like, come on, guys. Throw me a bone. Okay, Cookie and Burnett. Grown-ups not interesting, but they are married, so we can ruin it. Okay. All right, Cookie and Burnett. They're the ones that are housing Gladion.
Okay, yeah, that's in line with the show where they, in the show they like adopt Ash.
Did I spell Cookie right? I probably did.
Red Extinction Crisis.
Kukui, that's her name.
Kukui.
Kukui,
yeah, that's how they say it.
Burnett is the center of their... Are they struggling? Oh, are they... Did we just leave them boring?
They're fine.
Infidelity, divorce, polyam... Well, we had, like, but they are married so we can ruin it. Infidelity, divorce, etc. Or polyamorous relationship, ooh woo. Kukui abused his position as professor, etc. We had, like, ideas there.
I don't know. Now that I think about it, I don't want to ruin them. They're too good.
But this is the CW. We must ruin them. We must.
So what's Gladion going to be doing? Like,
polyamorous relationship, Molly. It's right there in front of us.
No. I like Edgardo's suggestion to have Gladion going on an extreme Ultra Beast hunting spree. Zinnia's place in the season, by the way, is to neg people. And be cool.
Yeah, okay, so being house in the center of their... Okay, so... Zui is a strain on those two's relationship. Is on an Ultra Beast hunting spree, which rubs against the Lily subplot. Okay, what are Kiawe and Malo doing?
Trying to not have the restaurant destroyed.
But that was like last season as well.
Well, now there's Ultra Beasts. Now their worry is the infrastructure.
Wait, are like the Ultra Beasts going wild or something? Is that what?
Yeah, that's what they do. Is they go berserk and destroy things, and each one of them is like horrifying for its own reason.
Okay, so
Like Guzzlord can eat anything and never get full. Kartana can slice through anything. Buzzwole is like extremely strong.
let's see, Ultra Beast going wild and uncontrollable,
The other ones.
causing damage.
Zerkatry is just electricity.
Totally.
The Hyligo is like poisonous.
Fault. Zinnia shows up to stop them. Is that right?
Yeah, like she's like, hold on, I know how portals work. Let me at this. She's going to be working with the Aether Foundation.
Works with Aether.
I'm sorry, I forgot Poiple was an Ultra Beast. Poiple is not dangerous. He is good and sweet.
Poipole?
Poiple! It's the best name in Pokemon. Look him up. He's Poiple.
Oh. UB adhesive.
Yeah, he can, like, shoot paint and glue.
His name in Japanese is UB sticky.
Yeah, he's sticky.
Sticky boy.
I love him.
What is Celine doing this season?
Going around and... do you remember... Have you ever gone through the prequel game for Life is Strange before the storm?
No. I mean, I've never actually, like, played Life is Strange myself. I've only seen reviews of it.
Okay, you know the conversation that Robin and Crow have in Volume 8?
Which one?
You are hurting.
Yeah, that one.
Imagine that, but as a whole game. Anyway, that's what Celine does. She's going around basically just acting like everything she says is incredibly stupid, but the world around her acts like it's very profound. Girl, you be sticky.
Oh, we could destroy Poiple. Like that could be the middle segment is like this dramatic sad moment of like, oh, this harmless Ultra Beast, it didn't need to be this way. I like that. Gotta kill characters unnecessarily.
Hyligo produces a strong neurotoxin. Oh, that's cool.
Invades and starts devouring the restaurant, traumatizing patrons and owners.
Celesteela is 30 feet tall.
Yeah, but Guzzlord only showed up because the food was just that good. He's like the line in that really shitty buffet commercial. I hope someone else got that reference. There's a really terrible, great commercial.
I prefer This Is Bad myself. This is bad as a mortal. But that one episode of Volume 8 where they basically ran around saying, like, actually, we did address these issues. Our characters are actually just perfect is probably my least favorite thing in the series ever. It was my least favorite thing in the series ever until they made Penny a human and killed her 20 minutes later.
God. Why? What?
You've given me the one thing I've always wanted, Ruby. Oh, what's that? Mortality.
Literally, it feels like a backhand to the entire fandom after they said, guys, she's a robot, you can bring her back. And you're like, no, she's dead. It's like, well, she's a robot, guys. You can just, no, you can't. Oh, okay. Hey, guys, we brought her back. And the fandom's like, oh, so you can bring her back. Well, no, she's human now. It's like, what? She's dead now. What the fuck?
No, Ruby.
God, I hate people. Like, there are people that were on Reddit, because there were so many threads about Reddit, on Reddit, over fixing Ruby, and also the video I did with Twins Inc. There was a whole collaboration thing for like addressing hate, the hatred within the fandom, not the hateum, not the fandom, but the hatred within both sides or whatever, quote unquote sides. And it was just these people. There are people out there that are very reasonable and talked about things very adultly. I love them. They're great people. And then there was just this guy who kept saying that I was slandering Ruby and then commenting on every single post that I was commenting on. Every single one without fault. Like, he was literally just harassing me.
Is that the guy where I looked at his history and he's literally, like, in 11th grade?
Maybe there was... Is that Engine Gear?
I forget.
I'm not sure about Engine Gear, but, like, there was... I can't remember who this guy was. But ultimately, the thread that we were really duking it out in got deleted, but I had given up on him. I was just like, dude, you're not listening to a word I've said. Like, oh, you slander them all the time. He's like, no, I don't.
What do you mean slander them? They're writing a TV show.
They're writing a TV show.
And you're saying it's bad. Slander is like if he went up there and said, like, Miles murdered 10 people in the 90s. Like
yeah.
Miles
is a Zodiac killer. Miles is the Zodiac killer. That's slander. It's also hilarious.
Saying that somebody did a bad job at a subjective thing isn't slander. What?
Miles is the Zodiac killer, and the notes that he sent to the police were just draft one of Ruby. Oh god. Gotta tell Fatman that one. What is worth Ruby bringing back Penny just to kill her off, or Arrow introducing Ragman just to exonerate Felicity of committing genocide, then disappearing from the show. Ragman, I think, left the show because they realized they didn't have the budget to actually produce the effects around him. Ragman was also, like, freaking cool, man. I was really sad when they took him away. Yeah, I completely forgot about the whole, like, nuke plot in season 4 of Arrow. And in season 4 of Arrow, they have this really... Actually, I thought it was a really good, well done plot where, sort of, they have to redirect... They have to redirect a nuclear missile. And, like, they can't stop it. They can't find a non-populated place to put it. Like, they can't, like, it'll run out of fuel in a populated area, so they have to choose the least populated area. And so it kills, like, 1 million people. Like, the heroes are leaning on, like, less, but also kind of not... They have to redirect it. They can't stop the missile. It's going to kill people. They choose the least amount of people possible, but it still kills millions, and it weighs on people's souls.
I went onto Reddit to look up this person, and there's a post on, like, the front page or whatever, and it's, like, talking about some, like, anti-masker that died, and there's, like, a shit ton of Reddit awards on it.
Yeah. Remember, everyone...
Table Slap Award. Wholesome Award. Helpful Award.
Remember, everyone, do remember to cough on your neighbor regularly.
Remember, Reddit is for psychopaths. Anyway,
it helps build the immune system. Lamal, Engine Gear was the guy who kept stalking and badmouthing every post involving me on Reddit because I said that losing interest in Ruby is what made me stop writing my Ruby OC fanfics. Yes. Celine and Gladion get in conflict due to him wanting to hunt down Poipole because he found out it's an Ultra Beast as well, with her wanting to protect it. Yes! Perfect. We can add that to the plot in the middle. Why is this not... There we go. Wait, why is this indented? What the fuck? Oh, that's why. There we go. Ultra Beast going well. And her and Celine try to protect Poipole.
Poipole.
Is hunting Poipole after learning it's an ultra beast.
I'm going through this engine gear, guys. Like post history, and there's a shit ton of stuff about asking for people to draw his OC. Like he does it regularly.
Is hunting Poipole after learning it's an ultra beast, and it's thank you, and ultimately kills it, further straining his relationship.
He's really mad about this one Ruby fanfic. Like nothing that we did. Like,
let's see, his relationship with Lily and Celine. Joke's on him, I've got the full anti-coof suite and can cough with impunity. Arrow Season 4 crunched the nuke part into the finale. Dude, Season 4 had one good thing going for it, and that was Damien Dark. Who was just charismatic as fuck. That man could be my antagonist for life, and I would be happy.
What did this guy get into an argument with you about?
Oh, it wasn't Engine Gear. It was someone else. And that post got deleted. Let me see if I can find who that was. Let me go to the Reddit. Because the posts were deleted, but I don't know. See all. I think it was... No, it was not him. Yeah, it must have deleted the notifications too. Just sucks. Said Wendy's is bad. Got a lot of upvotes. That's nice. Yeah, he said it wasn't anything that I posted. It was on this post that was like, "What do you guys think of Fat Man falling in Celtic Phoenix?" And it was actually like the poster was relatively even-handed with it, and then some of the other posts were relatively even-handed. People keep calling me condescending, and that bugs me. It's like, oh crap! I keep forgetting to read out super chats because you actually did send two, didn't you, Anime Guy? You can't reason with most of them. They're gone Celtic. That's true. And then Anime Guy, Reddit mod would get yelled at because of my OCs not being Ruby because McCannon took down a post I made just because he thinks Ironwood fans are fascists. I'm not entirely sure where that sits because OCs are a very gray area when it comes to relevance.
Yeah, like, I don't know, maybe it was bad.
But yeah, no, I was gonna say with it, the post just ended up deteriorating, and that's why it ultimately got deleted, I think. But like, there was just this one guy who was just so vehement. But do you think I'm condescending with how I approach, or I guess snobbish, or like with fixing Ruby?
No.
It's criticism. It's me being like, guys, you could have done this better. I don't know. It bothers me because I've always tried to maintain even-handed, except for like when they piss me off, which they do fairly frequently. But
anyway, back to our writing.
Yeah. Let's see. The Kelly Mallow plot. Where do we go with that? I guess that they're trying to protect.
Like I think they have a very minor point in this.
Shop from Ultra Beasts. Yeah, but we're not getting into the juicy stuff. What's their relationship like?
It's repairing, but like, because Lily and Celine are now like getting closer, and Mallow feels like a little hurt by it. I don't know. I like what Edgardo is saying about Poiple has to warn them about Necrozma, who's like the ultimate Ultra Beast. And has the best Pokemon battle theme. Like, of any individual Pokemon, I think it has the best one.
Warn them about Necrozma. Let's see. Poiple tries to warn them about Necrozma. Zinnia shows up to stop them. She knows how portals work. Celine goes around saying profound things are absolute garbage. Further festers the relationship between Lily and Gladion.
They don't like it because it's called Fixing Ruby, which implies Ruby has something to fix. People who are like intense Ruby stans, it's a hill they really want to die on for some reason.
Yeah, it really galls me because like there are things in the MCU I would fix, and the MCU is beloved. Like it's like I love Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Are there things in it I wish I could fix? Yeah, a couple of things. Are there things in Civil War I want to fix? Yeah, a couple of things. Like there are things to fix in films are very rarely perfect. There are things in Citizen Kane that I would change. Then again, I don't...
Untrue. Kung Fu Panda is perfect. Kung Fu Panda 2 is perfect.
I said rarely, not always.
Ultra Necrozma PTSD. Yeah, they're all gonna have PTSD from the Ultra Necrozma fight, because it's the only thing that people ever have when they're traumatized is they only have PTSD.
Behavior when hunting the Ultra Beasts is totally rational. Lana plot through Guzma figures out that suppliers for that Aether Foundation equipment is being pawned off for black market equipment, leading her back to Faba bit by bit. The relationship is repairing, but Mallow is jealous of Celine, who is now with Lily. I'm tempted to be like, oh, should like Mallow like maybe like do something really like go over the edge and like force herself on Lily or something, or like and make a really hardline attempt on her. But I'm like, no, because we can't portray a brave, beautiful woman as anything other than like in the right.
The whammons. I love saying that.
She can't possibly do anything morally dubious, at least through our viewpoint, through our lens. She needs to be pure.
That's the thing, is you can have her do this terrible stuff, just say that it's okay.
That's how she can do that, and we'll have Celine forgive her.
Why are we doing this to Mallow? Mallow's like the least confrontational one. Well, but I know we're ruining it.
It's always the quiet ones, though.
But she's so sweet. She's not quiet. That was 10 years ago. We don't know what's happening now.
Well, she's been married to Kialwe. She's been in an unhappy marriage.
The character drama. The drama.
Oh, man.
I forget who it was. I think it was Sarah that called TikTok Total Trauma Island. That's going to be season 3.
God, I hate TikTok. Like, just bring back Vine. Just bring back Vine. It was better.
I have to say, I've watched like funny TikTok compilations, and they're just not. It's not nearly as snappy or clever because they have to like over-explain the joke.
Yeah, the only one that the one that you found was that Vine or was that TikTok that you found with the Ace Attorney stuff?
That was both. Sometimes I just go on like binges of like blank as Vines or blank as TikToks, and eventually I have to go to TikToks because I know all the Vines and they just make the same jokes over and over and over again with the same characters. So I'm like, whatever.
You're passionate, but doesn't make you condescending. Thanks, anime guy. But you don't need to keep throwing money at me, man. Like, it's okay. I see your post. Thank you. Whammons. Hell, Ruby in one episode was already broken because it showed Ruby was doing something without her scythe or semblance. Oh, yeah, it's like, that's true. Episode 1 isn't canon. Vine?
Yeah, I'm actually with Password the Third. I don't think we should bring back Vine because it was incredibly irritating. Some were irritating. Like, people who quoted Vines were really irritating. Thomas Sanders was really irritating because he somehow managed to over-explain jokes in 6 seconds.
Who was Thomas Sanders?
He was this dude who was like 25 and making TikToks about like high school. It was weird.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. No, like...
And if it wasn't that, the punchline of the joke would be that a character is gay, like in the joke. And I'm like, that's not a joke.
He had like 5 good Vines at the beginning of his career that like skyrocketed him, and then he just coasted on that. Get all that sarcasm, but it still caused some. I get this is all sarcasm, but it still causes some sort of aneurysm. You see, no, that's how we know it's working. Like, that's how we have to tell. Nothing before the current volume is canon. Hell, sometimes not even the previous half of the current sentence is canon. Yes.
Cringy D&D TikToks. Oh, those sound like that's nightmares. Nightmares, love. It's all nightmares.
Oh God, my friends like some of those. I was like, stop.
When the bard does the bard thing, pop music.
It really ticks me off knowing, like, being aware now just how much Critical Role has poisoned my role-playing group.
Critical Role and its consequences have been a disaster for tabletop gaming, as my friend Tyler would say. He says, since Critical Role, every D&D session devolves into Marvel's Monty Python and the Funko Pops.
I mean, to be fair, even before then, most D&D campaigns did devolve a little bit into Monty Python levels.
But now it's just everybody wants to be the quippy Marvel character who's annoying, because everybody has to be the quippy Marvel character.
Yeah. Oh, God. Because I'm just thinking of, like, my favorite campaigns that I've ever been in. And, like, the first one that I was in, I was a newbie, complete newbie to. And we got our asses kicked on a regular basis. I don't know how many actual fights we won in that campaign. I barely even understand how we leveled. Because I died like 3 times in that campain. Like, flat out.
Okay, so I don't play D&D. I don't play D. So I don't know what this is.
Right, sorry. It's just like I'm trying to think of what the tone was for the quippy stuff. Like how quippy it was. And it usually wasn't like we got quips in occasionally, but it was a lot of character stuff.
This is why gatekeeping hobbies is a good and righteous thing to do. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yes,
Lisa.
I really hate how like I used to be on board of like, oh, gatekeeping is bad. We should let people. No, no more. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of these people coming in and ruining my hobbies. Get the hell out.
I was talking with a friend's 15-year-old sister and explaining to her how invalidating people is important sometimes because we need to remember that words have definitions.
Yes. And then
we need to hold standards to things.
And then she'd be like, well, invalidating doesn't have a clear definition. No, stop. It has a definition. Stop. Can Frostbite one day just rewatch Volume 3 together and see if anything from Volume 2 continues in 3? Because I don't know. Just watch Fat Man's review of it, man. It covers like how all the things are disconnected from each other.
The only thing I care about in Volume 3 is that one Pyrrha line.
Also, the kids who are incessantly quoting Monty Python are annoying. Like, I don't know many people actually incessantly quote Monty Python anymore.
It used to be a thing when I was like 12.
You know, that was when I watched it. I was young. I would quote Monty Python all the time. But, like, you know, I grew out of it. And I still quote it from time to time. Honestly, like, my favorite joke in that is just the Lancelot running scene. Monty Python, man. They were great. Okay. Where were we? Let's see, is it Guzma Racing Ring? The Charge-a-Bug. The Charge-a-Bug Racers Racing Ring. It's like a series of truck heists. There we go. I'm just trying to imagine what undercover Lana looks like. Does she just like stick on a fake mustache and just call it a day?
Yes.
It just works.
She's so powerful, no one questions it. She does no. How you like the thing is that Lana gives off such a powerful aura that if she just suppresses it, they don't recognize her because they're like, that can't be Lana because I don't feel like immediately backing myself into a wall.
Yeah, she's like, oh yeah, no, I'm just the cousin of Mustache Girl from Hat in Time. Guzma running around, they got that going on, trying to protect the shops from Ultra Beasts, the relationship repairing, but Alice does a ceiling. Okay, so
Sarah's in a D&D campaign right now, and every week she has it. She's just like, Molly, I'm this close.
I really want to run a tabletop campaign for people, but like I need to get my own system up and running. Reminds me of how people from other server complain that Persona 5 is infecting everything, including mainline Shin Megami Tensei and Fire Emblem Three Houses.
People will be like, damn, there's pyramids in this game. It's just like Persona 5.
Go on Roll20 and find a game, and it's 95% of the games are goddamn D&D 5e. I do not like D&D 5e. I can go into why, but it is a good tabletop system for rookies. I will say that. Like, if I run a D&D campaign and it involves Molly, it's going to be 5e, because it'll introduce her to the mechanics in such a way that it'll be very quick and easy for her to understand. Because that's it. But once you get to know the ins and outs of like, okay, this is how stats work, this is how game mechanics work, this is how rolling the dice works in conjunction with all those things. Once you understand that and how that all plays into acting a character, Pathfinder or better. Because Pathfinder and like all those systems give you way more freedom to actually like build a character mechanically. And that's the thing you'll notice in a lot of D&D campaigns, is that a lot of characters wind up feeling samey because you kind of have to build characters a certain way to make sure they work well. The barbarian is always going to be the strong, dumb person. The wizard is always going to be the smart but weak person. Like, they're always going to wind up with these archetypes because that's how you have to build them. Other systems have done a much better job of like diversifying what characters wind up being what. It's people love 5e because it's simple, but that's like the rookie view, not the rookie, the basic bitch view. That's it. Thank you. Okay. Molly, you asleep? Molly, you asleep? You're awake now. Now just start them in GURPS. I don't even understand how GURPS works. Even though I know it's pretty simple. Anyway, Lily, her, and Celine try to protect Poipole. Celine further festers the relationship between Lily and Gladion by saying he's being toxic in his behavior when hunting the Ultra Beast is totally
Buff Wizard, though, I cast Fist. One more thing. Once me and my friends were joking about, like, what our JRPG classes would be, and one girl said that, one girl said that she'd be a mage, but her spellbook is the DSM-5. If I cast schizophrenia on you, what are you gonna do?
Let's see. Gladion by saying he's being toxic in his behavior. Faba. Let's see. Zinnia is on to Faba, but Faba keeps getting away with things. I'm trying to think of like how this winds up happening. Like, how does this play out a little bit with Zinnia and Faba?
Let's see. The thing about Zinnia is that she can do literally whatever the fuck she wants. Like, she can break into things and just say, I want to be here. And she'll be there. She can talk to people however she wants. She has a team of dragons. No one's messing with her.
Could Faba maybe kidnap her?
It would be extremely unsuccessful, but he can try. We could go with that.
I'm just trying to think of, like, how do we make this as drama-filled as possible?
He kidnaps her, and she chews her way through the bars.
That's not drama, that's awesome.
I'm saying she could do it.
I cast Fist, yes. Boss Baby is just a poorly made animated baby geniuses by a fan, but they're also a fan of pre-election... I think a ton of DMs that use 5e make up a bunch of homebrew classes and mechanics and make up... Yeah, you have to. Like, 5e is not a game you can just run raw and expect things to be interesting. Wizards live in a tower. Towers with lots of stairs. Wizards canonically should kick like a fucking horse. That's... Yeah, but they float up the stairs, man. They can fly. It's wizards. Though Guzma figures out that our Aether Foundation... Okay, maybe we'll come back to that. The Kiawe Mallow plot. What should they be doing?
Well, you had the thing where Mallow starts being a creep.
Maybe she becomes obsessive with... Maybe they should... Yeah.
She becomes obsessed with Lily.
Mallow becomes obsessed with Lily... And Kiawe... Oh, yeah, because this mirrors the first season where it was Kiawe causing strain on the relationship. Now it's Mallow causing strain on the relationship.
It's art.
Whoa!
Storytelling.
See, actually, what's funny is that I could find that actually genuinely compelling and well-written hands. Like, I'm pretty sure that I can pull out some interesting stories out of everything we've said here. I think I can make a lot of this work. Just like we're being, like, very, like, oh, they would totally do this shit. That Ron Swanson mean of, I have a permit. The permit is a piece of paper that says I can do what I want. Yes, that is exactly what Zinnia is.
I do what I want.
And Kiawe is trying to...
Hold on. All but one of Zinnia's dragons die due to pollution, so when she gets kidnapped, the last one dies protecting her. That's drama-filled.
Ooh, I like that, yeah.
We need an episode about Pokemon incense addiction. Like someone snorting the incenses. Like, not snorting, but, like, huffing them.
Well, we can follow that with, like... Well, Guzma can be doing that, because he's the drug lord, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's what Mina's been up to. She's just been huffing incense. Instead of paint, for some reason.
Yeah, I like
she's
that.
moved on to something stronger.
Lana Plot. has to interact with
Zinnia uses her twisted logic to further sets Gladion into a destructive path. You'll have to go into detail. I'm interested in this. What are you trying to say, Edgardo?
Interesting. That's really edgy. Okay, let's see. Last dragon.
That is very edgy, but I want to hold on that until I get some more info, because I don't know how to work that in yet.
Kidnapped by Faba after figuring out he's evil.
Also, Zinnia being left without Pokemon seems like a problem, but I should also point out that she would need to be restrained in some other way because she is her own 6th Pokemon.
But is it like apparently in Pokemon Arceus you can fight Pokemon yourself?
Yeah, she was doing that first.
Rare Candy Holics Anonymous meeting. Kiss some trippy music. Oh, I like that idea. Like Gladion could become like his Pokemon will leave him at the end of things, at the end of this season, and then when his mother wakes up, he becomes her right-hand man.
Oh, that would be cool.
The stinger is Lucimine wakes up. Gladion simps for mommy. More at 11.
Why'd you have to phrase it like that?
Because it's the CW. That's how they would actually probably phrase something like that to be cringy and relevant.
Regarding his extreme method hunting of Ultra Beast. So, like, she convinces him to go more intense in on the Ultra Beast thing. There's a thing where, like, she's trying to find her purpose still. And, like, she's just also... She's a very extreme person to begin with. So, like, she's trying to...
She is the Cruella de Vil of Pokemon. I don't know anything about Lucimine. I'm going by what you tell me about her.
Oh, I'm talking about Zinnia still, basing off what Edgardo is saying.
Oh,
but no, Lucimine is the Cruella de Vil, though. You're right.
Okay, delete that.
I know I said it before, but like in the games, she's like awful. In the anime, she's like kind of neglectful and ditzy, but still a good person. In the manga, she just abuses Lily, like, on screen.
Like beating? Or verbally?
No, she, like emotionally, like, Lily, every time Lily tried to dress the way she wanted to, Lucimine would, like, rip off her clothes and force her into a different outfit and say that she was ugly.
What was Lily trying to wear?
In that scene, she was trying to put on her like late game outfit, the one with the little ponytail.
Oh, we got big brain memes here. What do they say? Lucimine should have died. Lucimine is redeemable. Lucimine is a complicated villain whose abusive actions are inexcusable, but chance of recovery, but has the chance of recovering her sanity. Although they know she's terrible, Lily and Gladion want to save their mother despite everything she's done because they remember the potential she has to be a good parent before her mind snapped. They want to save her so that they can get some closure on their family and heal the sores and anxiety that has hurt them all these years, hopefully making them see the sense in the process. They're independent of her as the ending and will no longer take her abuse. The entire Aether family are Ultra Beasts. Oh God!
You send that to me.
Sure. I will. That is the wrong button. Copy. There you go.
Thank you.
Trying to see what else here. There's also this one I pulled up. Try and put it in center. Yeah.
Oh no, I love how Lily's room is just a cardboard box. That would happen.
I can't get it perfectly on screen. That's hilarious. She even kind of like in that image because of like the half down. She kind of has the Cruella de Vil colors going for her.
Yeah.
Friendship ended with my children. Now Nihiligo is my best friend.
They're all Ultra Beasts as the season 4 post-credit twins.
Lucimine is a good. We'll do one more. Lucimine's a good mom who did nothing wrong. It was the poison. Lucimine's a possessive abuser and a bad person. Lucimine's a complex character with gray morals. She ultimately loves her children, but her actions under the poison were repulsive and potentially influenced by her own prior abusive thoughts. Lucimine sexy. Oh God, all good memes. All good memes. This is now the Lucimine meme hour. The Lucimine hour.
Lucimine hour. I still love the one post that was like, I would call Lucimine a MILF, but she barely qualifies as a mother.
Oof. Oof. Here, actually, I'm going to... Season 2... Oh, actually, I'm going to... No, just the beginning. There we go. Copy. Paste. Put that there. Beginning. This is not Season 2.
Oh, I see. Let's see. Faba has secretly amassing Z-Stone shards, makes Ultra Z-Stones that nullify others and empower the users. He is taking advantage of the Ultra Beast Rampage to do so. Ooh, that is a good segue to next season. And Garda's doing half the writing for us.
Well, it's supposed to be it's a community project, so I mean, hey, it's part of the fun. Okay, and then season 4 Stinger. I like that idea. Season 4 Stinger. They're
all Ultra Beasts.
The Aether family are all Ultra Beasts. See, that's where you know you've like successfully jumped the shark. So we're at least getting 4 seasons. We might get canceled after that Stinger. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, but like is that just the reveal in this season, or is that the plot? So Celtic, you only got 2 submissions for the writing assignment. That's weird. You'd have at least 5 by now. You'd think so, but I don't know. Maybe we missed people. I don't know. Did we miss anyone? I don't think so. I haven't seen anyone else.
Gladion, after finding out he's half Ultra Beast, snaps and lashes out. Lily is freaked out, but uses this to come into her own and actually develops as a result. It's like the ending of Final Fantasy VI. It's like Terra's entire arc.
It's also
She's like
multiverse where they meet the Digimon. Oh God.
Amazing.
My friend Twilight just did an entire video breaking down like the early history of Digimon. She's doing like a full retrospective, and it's very interesting to learn how Digimon developed. Especially because like in the States we always think, oh, it's a Pokemon knockoff, but it's not. Like the closest thing to it, it's a Tamagotchi ripoff at worst. And the Pokemon comparisons were like only developed by the Western advertising agencies.
Interesting. But yeah, like the plot twist. It's like they have to connect. They have to destroy the Ultra Beasts, but if they do, they'll destroy themselves. So they have to connect to something in the human side of things, so they're not disappeared or something. You know how Song of the Sea ends? It's that.
Let's see. So start stalking Lily.
Last time I talked to Twilight, we got into a huge fight.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could get you guys on better terms, but you know, I'm not gonna push that.
She was treating another person I like poorly, so.
Yeah, that situation was bad. I'd rather not talk about it on stream, obviously.
That's fair.
Lily pulls a Caitlin Snow Killer Frost bit. Which part? Where they become two separate people? Where they have split personalities? Like, God, the evolution of Killer Frost in CW's Flash is the most baffling fucking thing I've ever seen. All right.
What is it?
Need a little backstory on this. Caitlin Snow was a main character in The Flash seasons 1 and 2. Great, actually, fairly solid character. Really liked her. Had this whole angsty thing going on where she like had this husband that, or this fiance that she barely married, and then he immediately died. Like, they basically married before he would end up dead. Or maybe they were just fiancés. I'm trying to remember that. Basically, he ended up dead. She had this whole angst arc around it. And in season 3, they didn't know what to do with her. And so, was it season 2? No, it was season 2. At the end of season 2, they didn't know what to do with her. So, Barry Allen, at the end of season 2, changes history by saving his mother's life. And that creates Flashpoint. And he can't undo the changes that happen. And it has wide-spanning implications. Like, there's actually, like, the child's the gender of a child in the Arrow changes. Like, people become undead and realize, like, it changes a lot of things in the CW verse. And what ends up happening is that it turns out she gets mutant powers. She gets, like, the meta powers. She gets ice powers. And she's having trouble controlling them, and she's, like, turning evil because of them. And then, like, they start giving her multiple different backstories where it's like, oh, has she always had these powers? Oh, apparently she has. She's had them since childhood, which makes no sense because the powers should have only started showing up earlier. But it turns out her dad has had these icicle powers for years, and she's had them. And Killer Frost, her evil split personality, has always been around. And then they had, like, an entire arc of, like, oh, her split personality should be its own person, and they should get along like sisters. And then somehow later on, they split the two apart. I don't even know how this happens, because I've not watched season 7. But then the two become sisters, and they've always been sisters. And it's, I don't... She is one of the most confusing characters in that show, and that's saying something. Edgardo, do you just want to be in this call? Like, we can just, I can just, you can just write this for us.
I want to talk to him, like.
But seriously, I'm trying to think of, like, so okay, with the Lily plot, her and Selena try to protect Poipole. Selena further festers the relationship between her and Gladion. Zinnia's last dragon dies, protecting him from getting kidnapped by Faba, who's evil.
Evil.
Lana, through Gizma, figures out the Aether Foundation.
He's also has to be a creep because he's evil and a man.
Oh, yeah. Totally creeps on Zinnia, who is, like, 30, but looks...
She's like 35 in this.
But looks 18 still. Because Zinnia.
She can do that. Aren't you aging? Nah. I simply told my body to stop doing that.
Mallow starts stalking Lily. What should Mallow do to Lily that's, like, actually unforgivable, but, like, they would try to make forgivable?
I mean, I can't say it on stream.
You can't use a soft version of it? Like feel up?
Yeah, something like that.
Starts talking Lily.
Like cross a physical boundary that would be unforgivable in any other context.
We can soften it by saying, oh, she misread the signals.
Yeah. Edgardo, what's your Discord?
Gladion plot. Is hunting Poipole after learning how to speak and ultimately kills it, further straining relationship with Celine. Lily and Celine. Yep. Alright, now conclusions. How do these end? What has Faba been doing? That's evil. He's been gathering the Ultra Stones or whatever, the power.
He's been using Ultra Beasts. He's been using Ultra Beasts to, like, the chaos of this to come up with a... He's like using it as an excuse. He's saying, like, this'll stop the Ultra Beasts. This'll stop the Ultra Beasts, but it's, like, really for his own benefit.
Well, yeah, but what is he doing? Like what are the stones? I don't understand the stones thing.
Well, in Sun and Moon, there's Z stones, which allow you to do powerful moves. But this is like he's trying to combine them with Ultra Beast power or something, and like it makes the user more powerful. So he can take over.
He wants to take over?
I don't know.
What does Faba want? What is his motivation? Let me look up Faba.
I don't know, so we'll just say take over.
Faba in the anime. Founding member. Following Mullen's disappearance, Faba remains in the Aether, serving as branch chief. Sometime later, Faba works to create a civility. Oh my god, that's a lot. Jesus Christ, this guy has a lot going for him. Realizing that his past actions involving the Elga may have been revealed, Faba took measures to prevent it from happening by ruthlessly attacking Gladion and Ash. Was preying Lily's memories on the incident. He later apologized profusely. Nah.
Take over Alola. Take over the Aether Foundation. Oh, that's what it is. If he can prove that he could make something super, super useful, he could be in charge of the Aether Foundation again. He could oust Lily. How about that?
That's good. Okay. How does this conclude? Like that's we've revealed the plot. Has Zinnia escaped? I guess.
Yes, she can do what she wants. Somebody explain to the new guy what we're doing. I don't feel like saying it.
Yep, we're writing a fake CW Pokemon show. We're just doing it because it's fun. It's goofy and painful. Take on Faba. How does this like? Do they win ultimately against them? Are we going for that the stereotypical ending?
That would be too obvious. They have to lose.
Leading into season 2, I guess.
Season 3.
Sorry, 3. Yeah, and that makes sense because then Lucimine wakes up and becomes an even worse threat.
Yeah.
Ultimately, with they lose through plot contrivance, not through any fault of their own. Gotta clarify.
Of course. The Ruby version. The Ruby method. We can't have our heroes having any sort of bad decision or bad traits.
Successfully. Lana plot. Okay, but then Lana fails.
Well, Lana outs the. You know what it's gonna be? She cracks down on the ring, and she does like a deal with Guzma that's like, I'll let you off easy if you help me, and that goes into season 3, and they're like buddies now.
Wait, does she bring down the ring, or does she make a deal with the ring? What should she do?
She brings it down, and like has Guzma in custody, and she's like, I'll make a deal.
Okay. All right, there we go. That works. Kiawe and Mallow. Okay, that one. Mallow is forgiven by Lily And
Because reasons.
Celine, because she
Because women.
didn't really mean to hurt her, quote unquote. Got it. It's weird, the position of this screen. I might have to raise the writing prompt one up a little bit, because I actually write a little bit lower on the page. There we go. Alana brings down the ring and makes a deal with Guzma in custody to testify against Faba. That's good. Mallow is forgiven by Lily and Celine because she didn't really mean to hurt her. Kiawe and Mallow rebuild the relationship again.
I'm reading the spoilers chat about the Roman book. This is getting worse. We're gonna have so much fun reading this.
Wait, where are you reading? Where are you reading this?
The spoilers chat on the Tundra.
Oh God.
Which you can join by donating $1 or more to Raymond's Patreon.
Hey.
Or maybe give me money for once. I don't have a Patreon or anything, but find a way.
Mail it to me. Mail me a pizza roll.
Mail to me.
Kiawe and Mallow rebuild the relationship again. Begin rebuilding. That's the important thing. Gladion plot. What is this Pokemon called?
Silvally. Silvally.
Silvally. Pokemon. God, that's a stupid looking Pokemon.
I like him.
He has a stupid head thing. It's silly. Silvally abandons Gladion because he's become too obsessed with hunting ultra beasts. Which is ultimately what contributes to the loss of the Aether Foundation. Gladion goes into a depressive spiral. Okay. We've got it!
Yay!
There you have it, folks. Season 2 of season 2 right there
Of a show that doesn't exist.
of a terrible idea for a show.
Awful. The worst idea. And yeah, Silvally is supposed to be like based off Arceus, so that's why he has the head thing.
It still looks goofy. Arceus looks cool. Season 3 features the Bill teleporter incident from Red Blue to set up Ultra Beast reveal. Ooh. I like the way you think. Why is it down there? I should...
People in the spoiler chat about about the book. Bravo, Filoni.
Wait, what?
That's what Dave said about the Roman book. Bravo, Filoni.
Filoni?
Dave Filoni. Like the Star Wars director.
Right. I'm actually blanking. Oh, Star Trek. That's what
Star Trek.
Dave Filoni. I think it's...
All right, we should start wrapping things up. It's 5:45.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Star Wars.
Fixing Ruby's out, which most of you probably know if
Yes.
you're watching this. So watch that. The original music is going to be posted on my channel, which is in the link. Well, in the it is in the description. The link's in the description. Listen to that. I worked hard on it, and I appreciate the clicks. I've never done the outro.
I mean, you don't have to. You just kind of took control of that.
Yeah.
I hope you all had a good time. We certainly do doing these little streams, and hopefully we'll get a little more attention now that I've cleaned up the format just a touch. I love the idea of doing the CW writing room. This is great. Dave Filoni is the Star Wars Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Clone Wars had the best final 4 episodes of anything ever. That's just facts.
I have heard contesting on that. Though, admittedly, I'm not invested in it, so I don't care. I checked out of Star Wars back at the end of Revenge of the Sith, if I'm being honest. Even though I love Revenge of the Sith. But yes, thank you all so much for watching. We had a blast. Remember that for $1 or more, you get access to the Team Frostbite the Team Frostbite Discord server, the Tundra, where I, Molly, Fat Man Falling, Dashie Lee, and a whole host of other high-profile RubyTubers, such as the Sketchy Huntsman, are regularly active.
They only keep me around because they can't get rid of me.
We've tried. She's like Zinnia. She just keeps getting back in. We don't understand how that works. All right. Well, which final 4 episodes? I think she means of the Clone Wars.
Of Clone Wars, yeah.
But if you have follow-up questions, she won't be